Hi, and welcome to the Bible Tribe with Seeing Deep Ministries, where we see deep in a shallow world and overcome the battles of the mind with the Word of God. Solomon started well, but he didn't finish well. This makes me sad, but it also humbles me that we should never rest from seeking to give our very best, to give to God and walk in humility, for all of us can easily go astray. Reading today from 1 Kings chapters 1 through 5, and the verse of the day is 1 Kings 3 verse 9. So give your servant an understanding heart to judge your people, to discern between good and evil, for who is capable of judging this great people of yours? In context, one thing I hadn't noticed before in this humble request of Solomon's is that he was asking God to help him judge God's people. He knew he couldn't do it on his own. That's beautiful. And God answered this request in spades. But what is missing from Solomon's request is that God would help Solomon to live wisely himself. It's one thing to have the wisdom to govern others, but governing our own selves will be the biggest fight of our lives. Our flesh is tempted. Sin desires to master us. We see this in Genesis 4:7. If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Also in Romans 6:12, therefore do not let sin reign in your mortal body so that you obey its desires. Do not let. But wisdom and walking in wisdom protects us. What is it that you need wisdom from God in your life right now? I find as a parent that sometimes I can be worried about things with my children, and then I remember, almost as an afterthought, oh yeah, I can go to God and ask Him for wisdom. It shouldn't be an afterthought. It should be our first protocol. Oh God, give me wisdom. I still have so much to learn in this area. But I'm grateful that God has made it abundantly clear that He wants to give us wisdom. We just need to ask. Perhaps like Solomon right now, we can ask God for wisdom where we need it in our lives. But let us not just ask for wisdom to help other people, but wisdom to apply it in our own lives too. I chose the two key words, judge and discern. Judge is the Hebrew word shafat. It means to pronounce a sentence for or against, by implication, to vindicate or punish, to govern, to condemn, contend, defend, or execute. Leaders need to judge wisely, and they need discernment to do so. The word for discern is the Hebrew word bin, to separate mentally or distinguish, to understand, consider, be cunning, diligent, look well to, mark, perceive, be prudent, and to deal wisely. Thought of the day. When we learn to discern, we spare ourselves much concern. Fear God, not man, right? Take the time to consider matters rather than rushing to rash judgment. Go with God and His precious word, friends. Tune in tomorrow as we head back into the book of Ezekiel.